Good day, everyone. Africa is the focus for the top three nations in the world. For the US, for Russia, and China, Africa has become a new battleground. And just recently, while the US was dropping bombs on Iran, China decided to cooperate with most African nations, and more than 50 African nations decided that they will go into a cooperation with China where there will be no import levies on any products that China would supply or that would be supplied to China from African states. And it's becoming clear that China is actually encouraging African entrepreneurs, businesses, etc., to sell their goods to China. Now, this might take many people as a surprise, but they actually held an expo in China where African products were on display. And it shows a very different intent. Now, whether that is the end goal or not is irrelevant. What is important is what the optics look like. At the moment, it looks like America wants to control the entire planet, and they want to control the territories around the places that they feel they cannot control, which is typically Russia and China. So they will want military bases around those places so that they could exert dominance over those places. And US President Donald Trump is certainly speaking as if he is the leader of what people call the free world. But that whole idea is changing, and it's changing quite fast. If you look at a country such as China, they have been around forever. I mean, the Chinese legacy is thousands of years old. The US is a very new country, just like South Africa as a country is very new. And the US obsession with dominance in the world is maybe going to have consequences that they can't imagine right now. And certainly US President Donald Trump cannot imagine right now. And the optics that China is putting forward is really helpful for their cause, because I was raised and many other people were raised that communist states are the rooi gevaar, the red danger of communism. And even if communism might be something that I completely and utterly disagree with, the optics of what China and even Russia is doing in many countries in Africa looks far better than the methods the US has been using with their diplomacy or so-called diplomacy for many, many years. And South Africa, as the southern tip of Africa, is key to this, especially for the United States. They need very specific things that are available to them in South Africa to control the navigation around the southern tip. And this is crucial to them. Simonstown's one of those places. I can carry on in a lot of detail about many others. However, people need to understand that the US has strategic interest in the southern African tip and having control over the government of South Africa or the outcomes within South Africa. And we've been the final battleground for that between Russia, China, and the US. So it's like we're a battering ram from all sorts of different directions, and I don't think our government knows if they're Arthur or Martha. And they say that this quiet diplomacy where they are neutral on issues, which is not the case. I mean, this is a government policy that they will state, but I mean, the actions on the ground speak very differently, can have far-reaching consequences in future, especially as these countries intensify their battle for this area. Now, the Middle East restructuring is in progress. This is something the US wants. And like I said before, Israel has been used as a proxy to achieve those goals. And at the end of the day, whoever controls Africa will control the future economy of the world. And a lot of people might say, but that's impossible. It doesn't make any sense. You need to understand where infrastructure is being built right now and by who, and how much money is being spent in Africa to understand that we here in Africa is the next battleground for global dominance. And whoever controls Africa will control the world. And at the moment, China is building or financing many ports, many railroads in strategic positions around Africa. Russia has tried to do the same, but their diplomacy has not been as successful. China has been the most successful at this. The US method is to say, if you don't do XYZ, we'll do XYZ to you. Military might has been their so-called diplomacy. When China said, no, we invite you to be a part of our economy, we will sell goods to you, no tariffs, you can sell goods to us, no tariffs, and we can be in a partnership. Now, the long-term goal might look very differently, but at the moment, people are falling hook, line, and sinker for the optics that the Chinese are putting forward. And as I said before, I don't take sides. I see things for what they are. And this global cooperation landscape that is shaping now is going to change what the world looks like in future, because America will not allow another country, in their opinion, to become the #1 world economy, financial economy. They have the strongest military. No one's arguing that. But financially, the dollar is still the currency that is used for world trade. And if that is threatened, what will Donald Trump do? And as this battle for Africa unfolds, China is streaks ahead, way ahead of the competition, which is Russia and the USA. And I think Donald Trump is getting a bit benoud onder die boude, getting a bit almost like pushed into a corner. And I don't know how he'll behave when he feels pushed into a corner, because an empowered Donald Trump, an emboldened Donald Trump can actually be quite relaxed. But the moment he's pushed into a corner, I don't know how he will behave, especially if it's from outside the US. Within the US, the legal system, etc., it's not a concern for him. Outside of the US, Russian threats, economic threats, Chinese threats, economic threats especially, in a continent such as Africa, could actually push his hand to do very interesting things. And I've spoken about it on this channel in the past. But you tell me in the comments what you think of China reaching this agreement with almost all the African countries. South Africa was a part of that delegation, to have no tariffs between them. That there would be this really far-reaching cooperation between these countries when it comes to trade, that China will welcome new inventions being sold into their economy. And a lot of people will say, but China is just all show. Many countries are just show. The US is one of them. Russia is another one. And if you want to pick sides, pick South Africa. Pick the country that you live in, and choose to remain safe where we are on the southern tip of Africa. And choose for us to become sovereign by you becoming as self-reliant as possible. Having the 5 things you need for survival. A strong citizenry makes a strong country. Our state is weak. Our military is weak. Our police is weak. Our intelligence is weak. And I'll do a video later on how the intelligence chief in our police was arrested. Many other senior intelligence officials were arrested. And I'll give you my take on that based on my 8 years experience in counter-terrorism intelligence. Thank you so much for watching this channel. If you want more information like this, click the bell icon so you can get notifications for future videos. And please consider becoming a member on this channel. Support this channel. You can become a channel supporter. There's a lot of extra information, like the members live chat we did last night, that you'll be able to view. You'll be able to view the hundreds of membership live chats that we've had. And if you become an interactive member, or even a meetings and workshop member, you will be able to take part in all of that content that is within that membership level. Please share this information, comment underneath this video, and tell your friends and family that there is a battle for control over the African continent, and there is a battle for South Africa. Thank you so much. Till the next video.